Alright, so this is Dragon Age Inquisition, a game I've been waiting for a while, and have been excited about, and I've played a little bit of it, so I'm going to start from the beginning, because there's a lot of, maybe important stuff to show off at the beginning, and yeah, we're going to start a new game, though, and hope this doesn't overwrite my other game. And as soon as it downloads this character data here from the Dragon Age Keep, I'll let anyone who is around right now choose if I'm a human, elf, Qunari, or dwarf, and if I'm male or female for each of those. So I'll give you a second. I'll just go with the first suggestion, I suppose. So we got humans. Humans are the most numerous in Thetis. Thetis? They're also the most divided politically and seem to thirst for conflict. Human characters receive a bonus ability point at the start of the game. Elf. Elves are historically oppressed people, distinguishable by their lithe frames and pointed ears. Though most survive in the poorest fringes of human cities, others live as nomads, known as the Dalish. Elves receive a bonus of 25% to ranged defense. Dwarves. Dwarves are short, stocky, and most spend their entire lives underground. Those exiled to the surface are often merchants or smugglers. Because dwarves have no connection to the Fade, they cannot be mages, but receive a 25% bonus to magic defense. And the Qunari. The Qunari are a race of horned giants who follow a strict religious text known as the Qun. Qun? I'm really bad at pronouncing this stuff. Those who have abandoned its principles are known as the Tel Veshoth, I guess, and often work as mercenaries. Qunari characters get a bonus 10% physical damage resistance. Alright. So, female Qunari. Alright, let's do it. Now we have a few classes. We got a rogue dual wield. Rogues are fighters who rely on speed and agility rather than heavy armor, using skill and advantageous position on the battlefield to deal incredible damage. They may get up and personal with daggers or strike from a distance with arrows. Rogue archer, same thing, so I'm not going to read that twice. Warrior, two-handed, and warrior weapon and shield. Warriors are frontline combatants, able to withstand incredible punishment in heavy armor. They are proficient in the use of two-handed weapons like mauls and greatswords, but may combine a smaller weapon with a shield for added defense. And a mage. Mage channels magical powers into spells capable of a wide range of effects, from debilitating opponents, protecting allies, or unleashing devastating elemental energy. Those who wield magic are widely feared for their abilities, and the rebellion against Chantry control has left the land in chaos. Dual wield rogue, and okay, what I'm gonna do is, I know you're saying warrior two-handed for number 3, but my main character is that, so I'm gonna choose something other than that. Not that it really matters, because you kind of get the ability to play as like all of these since you have a party eventually, so we can go with rogue or mage. Either one's fine. Okay. You know what? I never play a mage, so I'm gonna try a mage. Okay, and then these are the different difficulties. So, casual, normal, hard, and nightmare. For this, I'm just gonna play on normal. So this is my character summary. A Tel Veshoth mage. Followers of the strict religious philosophy of the Qun, the Qunari appear like a tidal wave to the north of Thetis 300 years ago. You are Tal Vashoth, a Qunari who has rejected the Khun and never even lived in the Qunari lands. You have earned a place within the Valokas mercenary group and as its mage, possessing abilities that would have made you a pet slave among your own people, ignoring the fearful looks you receive from those around you. Most recently, the company was sent to the Chantry Conclave, hired swords meant to keep the peace, a task that has gone horribly wrong. So, yeah. And we'll import my world state, so all the stuff I did in 1 and 2 are now combined as, like, backstory for this game. And this will take a while as well. I've noticed my big complaint with this, at least on PC, for some reason, all of the downloading parts are taking forever, and I wonder if that's just because, like, people are actually playing this game right now because it's brand new, so, like, their servers are being hit from a lot of people grabbing all their, like, basically save file data from the other 2 games. Or if this is just a problem with, like, their whole, like, ecosystem online or something. I'm not sure. And excuse the beepings you might hear, but I have to turn the heater on because it is winter here, and I could possibly freeze to death if this doesn't go on. So, yeah. There we go. Huh, no custom world state found. I wonder if it's because it pulled it from my other game. Which would be probably fine. And these are the little, like, things you can read in between loading screens. Mounts are the fastest way to travel across the land, of course. Powers can be spent at the war table on scouting new missions to advance the story or to unlock new opportunities, and crafting materials will reappear after some time. Returning to previously searched areas can help you locate supplies. All great information to have, I suppose. And then we see the little thing in the bottom right corner there. I've been enjoying the music for this game quite a bit, too. Very orchestral, epic type stuff. Like you would expect from, like, a high fantasy game. So, yay, I guess. The loading always seems to take a while, too. And I'm wondering if streaming this is going to make it janky. Because, like, I gotta upgrade my computer. I was going to actually do it earlier today, but it didn't happen. So, anyways, here we go. So there's our character. This is where we get to customize. So they give us some presets that you can choose right off the bat. Or if you want, you can go customize and do all this stuff here. And I think we're going to, but first I am... cancel. So general, face shape, skin tone, complexion, eye color, horns, blah blah blah. I kind of like these horns. I'm going to see what other stuff they have, though. So, yeah. That's kind of cool. It's just like 2 little horns and then 1 big one just down her head or something. Actually, I kind of like those, like, weird ram horns. I think, like, they're all pretty similar. There's only so much you can do with horns, really, I suppose. When they're shorter like that, they just look like cornrows. Now she just looks like a normal person with shiny hair or something. Which, if we're playing a Qunari, I'm not doing that. We're gonna do, like, some actual horns. Gonna be proud of our heritage. I just want to know. I just wondering if I should go something more effeminate like this, like something more sleek and just kind of straight, or something like the fucking devil or something, you know? So I'm not sure though. I think I'm probably gonna go, since she's female, with something more effeminate like this, and then save something like that if I ever make a Kunari male character, just like all beefy. In fact, I think I'm just going to use these horns right here, honestly. Does the hair color change the color of the horns? No, it changes her eyebrows. Right, okay. So, I don't know. Is there, like, red? They're all pretty similar, really. I'll just go with that, I guess. Let's see what voices they have.
How much is this going to cost me, exactly?
You leave me no choice.
Okay, there's 2 voices.
As long as the job gets done, I don't care about the rest.
I just hope I can help.
I'm gonna do that one. So face shape obviously changes the shape of the face. There's only a few options for that by the looks of it. Skin tone. Can make her kind of scary looking. In fact, I think we're going to. Because eye color, let's see if we can do like red. Come on, red. Like a bright, burning red. Please tell me you're in here. I have a feeling you're not. Lame. The black eyes are kind of fine, but... Or we could go like a Manson-y, like, white eyes thing. I think that was at the very beginning. I'm probably just going to go with that. Complexion. So how many lines on the face? I'm going to go with smooth. Okay. So that's done. The head and ear, like, there's... It's one of these things, like... You could do this all day if you wanted to. I'm not particularly keen on the idea of doing this all day, but I do want red eyes. And... oh, okay. Outer iris color. Here we go. And inner iris. Red. Yeah. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I like. What about eyelash style? Can we give her some weird eyelashes? I don't know. They don't seem to make that big of a difference. Eyebrow position. Okay, that's probably too high. That's probably more like it right there. Where it was. Different styles of eyebrows. We'll go with the French manicure, maybe. It kind of like looks weird, though. That's probably fine. So this is our character so far. Let's give her a giant scar. I think this mage has been in some pretty bad situations here. So the first thing we have to do is... It was an intense battle. It was so intense. Oh man, you don't even know how intense it was. I'm just trying to see what, like, works the best for this. Or maybe, like, yeah, little things like that, like the magic is trying to, like, rip out of her fucking skin or something in little parts. No, I think we want, like, an actual battle scar. Like a cut or something. None of these are too great, actually, unless I have to change this stuff around. Oh, I can change, like, where the scars are. That's probably good enough, whatever. And makeup? Eyeshadow color. Will, like, a purple even show? Holy shit, that shows. Maybe a green or something? I don't know, man. I kind of like just like the purple. Maybe make the intensity not as much. Under eye color. Can we make that like green? Oh, I see. Let's just go with white. That's seriously the only makeup option is her eyes? Alright. I don't like her nose very much, though. Like, that's fine. I think it should be... Oh, this is size. Wait, do I have to turn her then? Yeah, I see. Fill out the nose a little bit here. Might be a little too much, actually. Nose bridge. Can I turn you? Thank you. Of course, none of this actually matters. Can I do a unibrow? I don't know. Let me see. Yes. Yes, you can. However, that being said, I'm not going to. But yes, you can do a unibrow. If you wish to. Whatever. Hera is probably fine. We'll just go with the character name they give us. Cassandra and Liliana. Oh yeah.
Tell me why we shouldn't kill you now. The Conclave is destroyed. Everyone who attended is dead. Except for you.
Okay. I need to know, guys, if I'm gonna be kind of, like... Let's just say good, neutral, or bad. So, what is our demeanor gonna be? I'll wait for your answer here. Like, am I kind of like, yeah, I'll help you. This'll be great. Or, hey, no, like, fuck you or something. Or, eh. Silent? Okay. Like, badish, whatever their version of bad is.
This.
I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I don't know what that is, or how it got there.
You're lying!
We need her, Cassandra. So what happens now?
Do you remember what happened? How this began?
I remember... running. Things were chasing me, and then... a woman?
A woman?
She reached out to me, but then...
Go to the forward camp, Liliana. I will take her to the rift.
What did happen?
It will be easier to show you.
Streaming is killing the frame rate a little bit, but not as bad as I thought it would be.
It's a massive rift into the world of demons that grows larger with each passing hour. It's not the only such rift, just the largest. All were caused by the explosion at the Conclave.
An explosion can do that?
This one did. Unless we act, the breach may grow until it swallows the world. Each time the breach expands, your mark spreads, and it is killing you. It may be the key to stopping this, but there isn't much time.
So I don't really have a choice about this.
None of us has a choice. They have decided your guilt. They need it. The people of Haven mourn our most holy, divine Justinia, head of the Chantry. The Conclave was hers. It was a chance for peace between mages and Templars. She brought their leaders together. Now they are dead. We lash out like the sky, but we must think beyond ourselves, as she did. Until the breach is sealed. There will be a trial. I can promise no more. Come. It is not far.
Where are you taking me?
Alright, so now the game will actually start.
Your mark must be tested on something smaller than the breach.
This is
Open the
pause.
gate. We are
So
heading into the valley.
I am playing with a keyboard and mouse. You can play with controller. I was playing with controller a little bit to test it out. The controller feels totally fine. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, which is so good. Maybe most importantly, the controller, like, with the first one, if you played it on a 360 or something with Dragon Age Origins, obviously you had to use a controller. So the game was tailored for that specifically. And if you played PC, you couldn't use a controller. You would have to use this setup right here. With 2, it was primarily released like it was released for console, so it was controller only. I don't even know if it's out on PC now that I think about it. However, this is an amalgamation of the two. if I chose in the options that I want to use a controller, which I could very easily by going into the option menu here, it would change how I play, so I could play with a controller, but it wouldn't get rid of the tactics, which is exactly what I loved about the first game, is like doing the pause menu, then sending your guys to do specific things, unpausing, and then they all go do it and whatnot. You can do that with a controller in this game as well, which is a really, really nice thing to see, that they didn't kind of wuss out. They went full tilt with all of it, that you can play with a keyboard or a controller and you can do all the stuff you want to do.
The pulses are coming faster now. The larger the breach grows, the more rifts appear, the more demons we face.
How did I survive the blast?
They said you stepped out of a rift, then fell unconscious. They say a woman was in the rift behind you. Stay behind me!
Alright, so for anybody that played the first games, you'll recognize these guys. They're shades, and they're always a pain in the ass, but they're your basic enemy here.
It's over.
Drop your weapon. Now!
Do you really think I need a staff to be dangerous?
Is that supposed to reassure me?
I haven't used my magic on you yet.
You're right. You don't need a staff, but you should have one. I cannot protect you. I should remember you did not attempt to run.
Alright. So we keep on moving here. Get some loots.
Take these potions. Maker knows what we will face.
Where are all your soldiers?
At the forward camp, or fighting. We are on our own for now.
As you can see, combat is very fluid, feels very, very nice. Later on, when we have more people in our party, you can actually do like combinations of stuff. For example, with my main character, who is a two-handed wielding like warrior guy, one of my party members, like, I got to freeze a character, and when he was frozen, I smashed him with like my hard overhead like smash sort of thing with my main character, so, and he just like shattered into like 1,000 pieces. So there's some cool things you can do with synergies between different abilities and characters, which is really, really cool. Adds a cool dynamic to these games, and this is no exception. So we'll just keep moving on through here, try to get up to that rift. Is that another path you can take?
They're falling from the
Or
bridge.
is there something over here? I don't see anything. Okay, whatever. Let's just keep moving. This is a beginning tutorial area, so I'm not too worried about collecting those fat loots. And let's not stand in a tree so we can actually see what we're doing. I really like the mage animations quite a bit. Like, the warrior ones are pretty much how you would expect them to be. Like, swinging the mace or sword around and, like, doing spins with it and stuff. I kind of like the, like, battle mage animations they got going here. Like, how she's using the staff as her projectile weapon, just kind of dancing around, swinging it. It's pretty cool. Let's use a potion. Kind of targeted the wrong thing here to target. It's not really like dual tech so much because there isn't an option to queue them up. It's kind of like you choose one character or choose what you want them to do. Like, for some reason I can't choose her, probably because we're still in tutorial mode and we're not supposed to be able to pause or something yet. And then I would choose my character to do another thing at the same time, sort of thing. So, like, it's not an easy just, like, push this option for dual tech. But, like, you kind of have to do the combinations yourself. What I found weird...
Close to the rift. You can hear the fighting.
Who's fighting?
You'll see soon. We must help them.
This is probably my computer, but one of the things I found kind of weird, this is where we fell, by the way. One of the things I felt is weird is that I've been playing, like, these combat parts, which are pretty, what I would think, graphic intensive, at a full 60 frames, no issue, like, very smooth moving and feeling. It's the cutscenes that I find the frame rate drops a little bit. And like I said, it's probably my PC, but it's kind of weird. Usually it's the other way around.
What did you do?
I did nothing. The credit is yours.
Whoops.
Whatever magic opened the breach in the sky also placed that mark upon your hand. I theorized the mark might be able to close the rifts that have opened in the breach's wake. And it seems I was correct.
Meaning it could also close the breach itself.
Possibly. It seems you hold the key to our salvation.
Good to know. Here I thought we'd be ass deep in demons forever. Varric Tethras, rogue, storyteller, and occasionally unwelcome tag-along.
That's a nice crossbow you have there.
Ah, isn't she? Bianca and I have been through a lot together.
You named your crossbow Bianca.
Of course. And she'll be great company in the valley.
Absolutely not. Your help is appreciated, Varric, but...
Have you been in the valley lately, Seeker? Your soldiers aren't in control anymore. You need me.
Ugh.
My name is Solus, if there are to be introductions. I am pleased to see you still live.
He means I kept that mark from killing you while you slept.
I can't close the breach if I'm dead.
That is most certainly true. Cassandra, you should know. The magic involved here is unlike any I have seen. Your prisoner is a mage, but I find it difficult to imagine any mage having such power.
Understood. We must get to the forward camp quickly.
Well... Bianca's excited.
Alright. So we keep on moving. It tells us how to jump over obstacles, but when you're playing this game, it's like...
This way, down the bank.
I mean,
Road
it's...
ahead is blocked.
It's a spacebar on a keyboard and A on a controller, like on an Xbox controller. So it's one of the first buttons you'll push anyway, so you know how to jump before anything else.
Demons ahead.
Glad you brought me now, Seeker.
This is where it shows us tactics mode. So it works pretty much the same as in what the hell is it called? In Dragon Age Origins. So like what I'll do is I'll choose a character, queue up my attack, and then I could use the F keys to switch between whoever I want to do something. So like, for example, I don't know why it takes so long to switch between them. Or you can just click on their portrait, which is usually the way I do stuff anyway. So I'm going to get my Frost Mage here to target this guy, freeze him. I'm going to get her to kind of bum rush these guys over here and taunt. So, and he will just shoot whoever. So we'll choose this guy and shoot. And then, in classic style here, as soon as I unpause, there we go. You can go out of tactics mode and just play it like you would with a controller as well. Which is, for the easier modes, fine. When you get into the harder... This is why I didn't actually want to go into the harder difficulties, is because if it's anything like Origins, and it kind of is, the harder difficulties demand every fight to be pause and this, and then like do a lot of micromanaging, which is totally like a fine and great way to play this game. However, for streaming purposes and showing off like the little beginning area here, which is what I'm doing, it kind of lends itself to be maybe a bit boring for people watching, which is fine. I'm going to run in here and get burned, but I need those fat loots of 50 gold. Woot. Now, we have to go up that way, but we're going to go over here first and just kill some more shit. And if, like, people like watching this enough, I wouldn't mind the idea of maybe doing a stream playthrough, like every now and then, just picking up where we left off and playing. But as you see there, I just ran up and started doing attacks and stuff, and my party members will do what is they think is in their best interest to do as well. For anybody who didn't play Origins, well, anybody who did play Origins, tactics are back or still here or whatever. So you can choose like what tactics you use for your AI, so you don't have to min-max or do any of the micromanaging or any of that stuff. In fact, I could probably show a little bit of that off too here. Oh, I can't yet because it hasn't given me the prompt on how to level up. I keep forgetting we're in tutorial mode, so yeah. Gathering resources, blah, blah, blah.
We had Kunari and Kirkwall. A whole boatload of them. They were your typical cheerless sort, then they tried to take over the city and kill everyone. But I'm guessing you don't actually follow the Qun, do you? You're Talvishoth.
Afraid I'll try to convert you to the Qun.
Well, you haven't recited a single quote from the Prophet Khazrut yet. So unless you're trying to stay on the Seeker's good side, I'd say that's pretty telling.
And as you can see, there's still the flavor text of when you're running around the world, the party members talking to each other.
I don't remember what happened.
That'll get you every time. Should have spun a story.
That's what you would have done.
It's more believable and less prone to result in premature execution.
Okay, I really have to get out of this thought process of I'm a warrior, so I'm charging in. This is why I never play a mage, is because I almost always play a paladin slash like warrior of some sort, or like a battle mage or something. So it's totally okay to just run in, but I'm squishy. I shouldn't be doing this. Like, if I want to do that, I should just play as her, which I might do actually. As soon as I pick this up.
She's resourceful, Seeker.
We will see for
And
ourselves.
that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna play as her. And let my character be taken by the AI. This is another thing that, like, it was why I was saying it doesn't really matter what we choose right now, because you just need party members, and you can literally play as any one of them. So, like, if I wanted, I could play as Varric here, and be the one to start off a battle.
Another rift.
Like, take a look over here, throw some caltrops down, shoot, maybe back up a little bit for when the AI takes over, go into her, and then run in, start doing my fighting as I like to, up close and personal. And let the mages and everyone else deal with that sort of thing. But now, I believe I have to choose my character to be able to close Fade Rifts. Okay, so now I leveled up. Now,
The rift is gone. Open the gates.
Right away, Lady Cassandra.
now I'll go ahead.
For the moment. Well done.
I'll go ahead and show this off. So, as usual, you can choose all of your characters in the one menu and do all of them at the same time. But it looks like Hera, or whatever, our main character, is the only one who actually has the opportunity to level up. So, this is what you have here. You have your... Fuck off. You have your abilities, your tactics, your attributes, and your behaviors. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys decide if we're going to be a spirit mage. Masters of the School of Magic call upon spirits for protection, as well as the essence of the fate itself. Their spells disrupt hostile magic, create defensive barriers, even heal injuries. Storm Mage. Masters of the School of Magic call forth the power of thunder and lightning. Their spells paralyze foes and arc from one enemy to another. An Inferno Mage. Masters of the School of Magic dominate the battlefield with unrelenting fire. Enemies who survive the initial blast are driven mad with terror or burned to death in unquenchable flames. Or a Winter Mage. Master of the School of Magic summon cold that bites deeper than the cruelest winter. Their icy spells slow and weaken enemies. So, while you guys decide which one of those we should be for our mage, I'll show you the tactics here. It's basically like what your stuff is, your abilities. So, attributes, pretty basic. Strength, dexterity, magic, cunning, willpower. Like, all these things. As far as I can tell, you don't actually touch these. But what happens is, like, it'll show your core stats down here. And when you equip new items or, like, de-equip them or whatever, it'll show, like, green bars or red to see if, like, that item's better or not and what stat it affects and all that sort of stuff. So all of that's in your attributes. Under behaviors, this is where the AI tactics come into play. This is where you would put the, like, little macros, basically, that Dragon Age Origins had, that you would be like, if less than 75% health, use health potion small on me, sort of thing. And this is what the AI bases how it does stuff in battle as you're playing. So, like you can see, mana stamina reserve 50%, healing potion reserve to blah blah blah. So party member will not use a healing potion if this many or fewer remain. So if I was just like, listen, I like to hoard my potions for myself. If I have all of them, no AI can use them. Or if I only have 5 left, then no AI can use them. That sort of thing. I'm going to leave this at the default 2. When the enemy or when the party's member health falls below this threshold, they will attempt to use a healing potion. I usually liked to have this in Origins at 50 or 75, mainly because like I used to carry a lot of small potions. They were cheaper. In this, the potions actually upgrade for how much they do. So, yeah, like it's one of those things that it will always do a certain amount in this game, and you can upgrade that as you progress. Because of that, we're going to leave this at 30, so that'll be fine. Targeting behavior, choose targets by following another party member's target or blah, blah, blah. So if I wanted to set a mage and an archer up, for example, or a mage, let's use my example before, like my frost mage, my winter mage or whatever, and like a two-handed like berserker or whatever the hell they're called, like a warrior, to keep doing that like synergy that I did earlier today. Actually, I would do like target behavior, whatever this guy's attacking, attack sort of thing. This is where you can set all this stuff up. But yeah, so our spirit kind of NPCs that help you fight. Spirit mages are basically, I'll boil this down a little bit more. Spirit is healer and buffs. Storm is debilitating and damage. Fire is straight up damage. And Winter is basically support. So like they slow down enemies, weaken enemies, create barriers. They're like a support for other stuff. I don't really want to be a support, and we have a support. It's the... what the hell's his name now? Solus here. He is a winter mage. As you can see, he already has points in that and in the spirit tree, so he is like a hard support, which makes sense because he's an NPC. So, yeah, it's either really between fire and storm for me, and I think we're probably going to do a combination of both. But fire seems to do the most damage, so we're going to start with that just to make things a little bit easier. Okay. So this is what I already have. Flash fire, you ignite an enemy with searing pain and send them fleeing in panic, so they'll run around and be like, oh my god, I'm dying, sort of thing. This is an upgrade to that. Blistering pain. Flash fire burns brighter and hotter, intensifying the panic, so the fear duration is 8 seconds, as opposed to the basic... what is it, 8 seconds? Oh, bonus 8 seconds. So it's 16 seconds instead of the basic 8 seconds. I think we're going to go with Immolate, though. You unleash a massive explosion, leaving enemies in the area burning in agony. And the fire damage is 300% of your weapon damage. Burning is 75% of your weapon damage per second. Your burning duration is 8 seconds, and blah, blah, blah. So that is what we're going with. Okay. So that's kind of how the menus work for that. So we'll restock our potions, even though... oh, I did use one. So yeah.
Here they come.
You made it. Chancellor Roderick, this is...
I know who she is. As Grand Chancellor of the Chantry, I hereby order you to take this criminal to Val Royeaux to face execution.
Order me? You are a glorified clerk, a bureaucrat.
And you are a thug, but a thug who supposedly serves the Chantry.
We serve the most holy, Chancellor. As you well know.
Justinia is dead! We must elect a replacement and obey her orders on the matter.
Don't talk about me like I'm not here.
You shouldn't
That
even
sounded
breathe
wanier
her.
than I wanted.
Call a retreat, Seeker. Our position here is hopeless.
We can stop this before it's too late.
How? You won't survive long enough to reach the temple, even with all your soldiers.
We must get to the temple. It's the quickest route.
But not the safest. Our forces can charge as a distraction while we go through the mountains.
We lost contact with an entire squad on that path. It's too risky.
Listen to me. Abandon this now, before more lives are lost.
How do you think we should proceed?
Okay. What do you guys think? Take the mountain path, charge with the soldiers, or you're asking my opinion? Go ahead and give an answer quickly here. I know there is a delay, so I'll wait. It's okay. Everything will be okay. This is always funny in these games where, like, you're given a prompt to choose an answer for something, and it's just like, how do you think we should proceed, or whatever. Then there's just silence for like 20 seconds or 3 minutes if you go make a sandwich or something. I always find that really funny, and it kind of ruins the whole mood they probably like are trying to set, which is what Telltale did with like The Walking Dead and stuff, and like other games have done it too with the time base. Like, you have to choose an answer or it'll choose one for you, and the answer is usually just like, I don't know, or whatever. Makes more sense from a storytelling perspective, but this is kind of like, I don't know, it's ridiculous. Charge with the soldiers? Okay.
I say we charge. I won't survive long enough for your trial. Whatever happens, happens now.
Liliana, bring everyone left in the valley. Everyone.
On your head be the consequences, Seeker.
Man, that load time, though. Alright. Whoops. I haven't seen this path. I actually went through the mountains on my other playthrough. So, this is kind of a learning experience for me here, too. I haven't seen this area. Oh man. So many dead bodies here. I'm stuck. Move! Oh, that's a small area of effect. I'm not gonna waste that yet. Okay, now I will use it. If I remember, I don't know actually if this works the same as it did in Origins, but if I use it here, I will actually kill my own guys as well. Okay, maybe it doesn't. I can't tell though, because they're just NPCs and they don't have health bars. So, we'll find out. Let's close this rift.
How many rifts are there?
We must seal it if we have to get past!
Quickly then!
I guess that stands to reason that if an enemy is frozen, fire damage will actually not do anything. Although it should melt them. I will put that out there. Although the fire spell I used was the, like, immolate or whatever, the burning pain. So, maybe it makes sense that I couldn't immolate somebody if they're frozen.
Sealed, as before. You are becoming quite proficient at this.
Let's hope it works on the big one.
Lady Cassandra, you managed to close the rift. Well done.
Do not congratulate me, Commander. This is the prisoners' doing.
Is it? I hope they're right about you. We've lost a lot of people getting you here.
You'll lose a lot more unless I get to the breach.
Indeed. The way to the temple should be clear. Liliana will try to meet you there.
Then we'd best move quickly. Give us time, Commander.
Make her watch over you, for all our sakes.
Keep in mind this is all still the beginning. Like, the actual game, quote-unquote, hasn't even started yet. Also, you can click on bodies.
Sacred ashes.
What's left of it?
You can click on, like, the loot things or whatever to loot them. Or when you're near it,
A woman was in the rift behind you. No one knows who she was.
or when you're just near it, you can push the F button or A key on the controller to automatically loot. Which is what I've been doing, and not clicking on it. I'm trying not to talk over the flavor text, as you can... the flavor dialogue or whatever, as you could probably tell.
Breach is a long way up.
You're here. Thank the Maker.
Liliana, have your men take up positions around the temple.
This is your chance to end this. Are you ready?
I'm assuming you have a plan to get me up there.
No. This rift was the first, and it is the key. Seal it, and perhaps we seal the breach.
Then let's find a way down. And be careful.
So, I think find a way down means go around this way, but since you can jump in this game, this is the easier way. And by jumping, I skipped over dialogue, as you can tell.
What's going on here?
That was your voice. Most Holy called out to you, but...
What's going on here?
Run while you can! Hold them!
We have an intruder. Slay the Canary.
You were there! Who attacked? And the Divine, is she... Was this vision true? What are we seeing?
I don't remember.
What happened here? The Fade bleeds into this place. This rift is not sealed, but it is closed, albeit temporarily. I believe that with the mark, the rift can be opened, and then sealed properly and safely. However, opening the rift will likely attract attention from the other side.
That means demons! Stand ready! Now!
Alright. So, we have to fight this Pride Demon now. What I'm going to do is charge in with her and taunt so that she keeps all the damage. Well, in theory. But first what we're going to do is queue some stuff up here. Shoot him. We are going to do that. He's apparently not ready. As you can see, there's a timer around them. So, and we're gonna do it. Here we go. Okay, so I'm gonna let them do that. I actually know how to get past this part already, obviously. What you have to do is disrupt the rift because he's fully armored. And when you do that, he's just like, oh no! And now he can take damage. And we'll throw that there. Burn him a little bit. Let's make sure that he's on her. So as soon as she has some stamina up, she's gonna... Oh, she already did. Okay, cool. So she already automatically did the taunt, which she is meant to do, obviously, being like the tank character. And these guys need to just fuck off. So we're gonna set them on fire and maybe hurt myself in the process. Doesn't look like it. These lesser shades are kind of irritating. Let's panic that one and finish off the other for now. Okay, that one didn't panic for whatever reason. Okay, so now that they're taken care of, I'm free to, while she's tanking that guy, go over here and disrupt the rift again. Because as you can see, he's fully armored. So he's not taking any damage right now. Now he's back down. So we can do our stuff. And I've taken quite some damage, so I'm gonna heal. And we'll just keep on going, I guess, here. And keep on burning. Let's see if I can... Oh, God. See if I can move these guys into a place where they'll get attacked by more NPCs. And it doesn't look like it. Okay, so she is dying. So she needs to use a thing right now. So we'll do that. And continue on with this, I suppose. Okay, looks like both of the shades are dead. He's fully armored up, so we're gonna disrupt the rift again. And hit him with everything you got, guys. We gotta take this pride demon down. Finish him off with some burning.
Now, seal the rift. Do it.
So yeah, that is the beginning tutorial area. Tutorial information is stored in the codex. If you find equipment you can't wear... Oh, okay. That was a quicker load than I was expecting. Well, it's still loading, as you can see, but... Yeah. I don't know. Come on, man. Just load it. You can do it. I think the next part, if I remember, is very cutscene heavy, which is why it's taking a while here. You might have something on... The cutscenes might have uncompressed, like, video and audio. So... Or not even maybe uncompressed, but, like, badly compressed or still really large. So that might be why it takes a little bit more to play those smoothly than just, like, the gameplay. But if I had to choose between the two, I would rather the gameplay feel better anyway. So whatever.
Oh! I didn't know you were awake, I swear.
Is this another prison?
No. I mean, I don't think so.
Then where am I? Tell me.
I beg your forgiveness and your blessing. I am but a humble servant. You are back in Haven, my lady. They say you saved us. The breach stopped growing, just like the mark on your hand. It's all anyone has talked about for the last 3 days.
So you're saying they're happy with me?
I'm only saying what I heard. I didn't mean anything by it. I'm certain Lady Cassandra would want to know you've wakened. She said, at once.
And where is she?
In the Chantry, with the Lord Chancellor. At once, she said.
Okay, so... Since I have, since I bought the collector's edition because I wanted to spend money, no. But because, I always buy collector's editions of BioWare games, it's just something I do. I get all this other stuff. Like, the weapons and stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and equip those right now. And I'll show you the inventory menu. So when you go into weapons, it's split up by categories, and as you can see, there are little indicators if there's something new that you haven't seen yet in there. If you, like, mouse over or just, like, keep it over thing here, it'll show you the stats of what you have versus the stats of what this is and all that sort of stuff. As you can see, this is a rogue-only hunting longbow. And more importantly, if you look down here when something's highlighted, you'll see what stat that raises. So if we go to the staff here, oh, and also there's an all area, but if we go to the staves here, this is what I had equipped. So you see I actually lose damage, and this is what my damage stat is at now because I have this equipped. So yeah, that's how that works, and it works for all of these. They toned it down a little bit from how it used to be. So it's quite basic now. Like, under armor, there's just, like, your chest armor and your head armor. Then, like, for your accessories, it is your amulet, your belt, and 2 rings. Like, 1 ring on each hand sort of thing. We're actually gonna... Might as well do these while I'm here. So, we're gonna equip the fire resistance cowl. Oh, I can't wear it because I have to be elf, dwarf, or human. I guess she can't wear it because of her horns. It makes sense. I'm okay with this, honestly. And before I equip this, actually... Oh, never mind, I just did. Let's equip what I had on before, which was this. When I mouse over this, you see how much this actually adds, which is huge. But it also decreases my magic defense. So... it's kind of one of those things that, like, if you wanted to min-max, it's very easy to do that. We're going to go with this anyways, though. So, yeah. And upgrades. I haven't really used this yet, but I'm assuming it's just to upgrade your, like, actual stuff. Maybe add runes and stuff, too. Stuff with rune slots and all that sort of thing. So, yeah. Patient observations. Vain hope. Someone better than me takes over before the survivor expires. Notes in case. Day 1. Clammy. Shallow breathing. Pulse over fast. Not responsive. Pupils dilated. Mage says her scarring mark is thrumming with unknown magic. Wish we could station a Templar here just in case. And as in the other Dragon Age games, specifically Origins, there's a lot of flavor text notes and a lot of stuff to read, so if that is your jam, which it's kind of mine when I'm playing alone, because I don't feel like I have to entertain anybody, I like reading all of that stuff. There's another one. Andraste's Mabari. You know Andraste's old Mabari. He don't show up in the chant. Well, if you ask those holy sisters, well, they'll say Andraste can't have some big ol' smelly war dog. But all Ferelden knows it right. Our sweet lady needed someone who would warm her feet at night. There's Andraste's Mabari by the Holy Prophet's side. In the fight against Tevinter, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Maker's holy bride. Oh, that dog, he guards Andraste without arrogance or fear, only asking of his mistress just a scratch behind the ears. But then the old Mafrath gets to plotting, tries to lure that dog away, but even as they trap the prophet, her Mabari never strays. And there's Andraste's Mabari by the Holy Prophet's side. In the fight against Tevinter, that dog would never hide. They say the Maker sent him special, always loyal without pride, so he could be the sworn companion of the Holy Maker's bride. Blah, blah, blah. It's a song. If you hadn't guessed and you're not familiar with the world, Mabaris are giant warhounds. And they're badass. So yeah, just to save some time, I am not going to read all those in this playthrough. But, yeah. That's those. Is this something I can actually loot? Oh, I missed this the first time. I ran right past it. Oh, that's why, because you can't actually loot it. Fair enough. So let's go to the Chantry. And we'll wrap up this intro video stream thing here.
Have you gone completely mad? Chain her! I want her prepared for travel to the capital for trial.
Disregard that, and leave us.
You walk a dangerous line, Seeker.
The breach is stable, but it is still a threat. I will not ignore it.
I did everything I could to close the breach. It almost killed me.
Yet you live. A convenient result insofar as you're concerned.
Have a care, Chancellor. The breach is not the only threat we face.
Someone was behind the explosion at the Conclave. Someone most holy did not expect. Perhaps they died with the others, or have allies who yet live.
I am a suspect?
You, and many others.
But not the prisoner.
I heard the voices in the temple. The Divine called to her for help.
So her survival, that thing on her hand, all a coincidence?
Providence. The Maker sent her to us in our darkest hour.
The breach is stable now. What more do you want from me?
We must try again.
The breach remains, and your mark is still our only hope of closing it.
This is not for you to decide.
You know what this is, Chancellor. A writ from the Divine, granting us the authority to act. As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn. We will close the breach, we will find those responsible, and we will restore order, with or without your approval.
This is the Divine's directive. Rebuild the Inquisition of old. Find those who will stand against the chaos. We aren't ready. We have no leader, no numbers. And now, no Chantry support.
But we have no choice. We must act now, with you at our side.
We'll see how this goes.
That is all we ask.
Help us fix this, before it's too late.
I think the weird hair thing is a problem with my settings, my video card. Just as a note. Because, like, see, there it looks fine. It's some weird lighting effect in rooms that does it.